welcome back. We're now doing part 1 of Challenge of the Five Realms, Spellbound in the World of Nhagardia. We just got bonked over the head and just woke up in our bedroom, not knowing what's going on. Father's dead, and we got a quest to get the crown and bring it to Grimnoth. Lord Hastings, there you are, Hastings. I see that you've been beaten as well. Who attacked us? Where are the knights? Where is my crown? The knights of Ballytook have fled with the king's fortune, my liege. Wicked rumors are in the air. The knights fear the king was met with foul play. Some of the knights claim that you murdered your father. I know that could never be the case, for you are an honorable young man. I believe your claim that a hellish spectre appeared and struck the king down, and I pledge my eternal allegiance to you, my lord. My thanks, Lord Hastings. Tell me, where have the knights fled? The knights have stolen the king's crown and his fortune and fled to the island of Venesia to join forces with your cousin, Duke Gormund. It is no secret that Gormund despises you and shows contempt for your royal title. Beware, most gracious prince, for your life is in danger. Cousin Gormund has my crown? I must have it back. Without the crown, I cannot face Grimnoth and avenge my father's death. I must seek advice. Lord Hastings, do you know where the banished witch Cagliostra resides? I have not heard the witch's name mentioned in many years. When your father banished witchcraft and sorcery, he made an example of Cagliostra. She once lived with the other witches in the village of Farinor. As far as I know, she vanished shortly thereafter. The old hag is probably long dead. If she is alive, you should avoid her, my lord. She was dangerous and mad, and she may seek vengeance against you because of your father's actions. But if you're committed to seeing her, first talk to someone who knew her. I don't know if you remember Sir Oldcastle, the fat knight who your father banished for his excessive drunken merriment. My father banishes a lot of people, doesn't he? He was a friend of Cagliostra. He is a permanent fixture at the Boar's Head Tavern. You could try to speak to him, but I would approach him with caution. He is most untrustworthy. I remember Oldcastle. He was a man of infinity jest. Father warned me to stay away from his band of rowdies, but I should try to speak to him. I must find Cagliostra. My mother trusted her and sought her counsel. I fear she is the only one who could save the kingdom. If Grimnoth has cast a curse of darkness, she may be the only person who can reverse it. Be warned, your highness, Cagliostra is evil incarnate. Be advised, further, that the kingdom of Alonia is not what you think. You have been sheltered, dare I say pampered. You know not of the hardship and pain that exists in much of the kingdom. Your father shielded you from the truth. In due time, I'm sure he would have taught you that Alonia is not a perfect land. You've been waited upon since you were a baby. How can you embark on a journey this dangerous when you've barely been outside the castle walls? You are not prepared for this. Silence, Hastings. Do not attempt to judge my character. I watched my father die. I will leave this place, Hastings, and I will defeat Grimnoth. I will show you and the rest of this kingdom that I am the rightful heir to the crown and the protector of Alonia. If you doubt me, leave and go with the rest of the traitors to Venesia. What a brave lad you are. Hail to the new majesty of Alonia. I will remain behind and guard the castle. Before you leave, take this key I wear about my neck. It will open a chest that belonged to your mother. The king hid the chest shortly after your mother's death. I searched for it after I was beaten, but I fear traitorous looters have stolen the chest. They are probably still hiding in the village. I don't know what is hidden in the chest, but it must be quite valuable. The king asked me to guard the key with my life. He had made me swear that I would never give the key to you. But after the tragedy, I can't help but think he would want you to have it. If Gormund arrives, I will assure him that you had nothing to do with your father's death. I will tell him you are the new king of Alonia. Queen's key has been placed in my pack. Thank you, Hastings. When order is restored, I shall return. Until we meet again, my king, the grace of God be with you. I will stand firm and guard the castle with the sum of my strength, courage, and will. Alright. Now we got the key to a trunk that I do not have. Let's see what we can find in the castle. Alright, that leads to the top of the castle. Another bedroom going up. Nothing in here. And down. Who are you? I'm happy to see that you're up and about, Your Majesty. I was terrified that the knights had killed you. I believe that strange man who visited your father may have had something to do with this tragedy. Shaliko, a drunken necromancer, is the stranger you speak of. He is a maniac, mistress. After my last visit to his hut, I vowed never to return, but I suppose I'll have to pay him another visit to see if he knows what happened. My thoughts and prayers are with you, my lord. May you have a safe and triumphant return. Godspeed, good prince. Nope, didn't want to go down there yet. Let's go finish up here first. Throne room. There you are, my prince. I've been looking for you everywhere. Ah, Imrid the manservant. Oh, I'm glad you're safe. When the knights fled, I didn't know if you were killed as well. A few lumps on my noggin, old friend, but I think I shall survive. Some of the servants said that you were planning to avenge your father's murder. Don't do it, my lord. Let Gorman have the crown. Let your father rest in peace. You and I can leave this place and live in solitude. For years I've taken care of you. You've been like my son. I can't bear to see you go. For as long as I remember, I've been warmed by your smiling face. You've always been there for me. You taught me to read. You played hide and seek with me in the royal gardens. You read me tales of heroes and sorcerers. You took the time to answer my many questions. Some day you will do the same for my heir. I have no choice, Imrid. I can't betray my father's memory. You're the only family I have left, Imrid. Stay here and await my return. I wish I were young and healthy so I could journey with you. With sadness, I'll obey. Take care of yourself, my boy. Let's go down now. Willigan Blacklost. You must feel shattered, Your Majesty. Perhaps that strange person Mistress Coletta saw with your father had something to do with the king's death. But be careful. Mistress Coletta was terrified of the stranger. And again, with the stranger. If you plan to embark on a long journey, my liege, remember to take food and supplies, and please take this holy book of Ekis. It has been in my family for years. As long as you carry this book, the great Creator will protect you. Holy Book of Ekis has been placed in your spell components. And let's pick up these spell components. I got the molasses, some salt, more molasses, yeast, get some fruit, chicken eggs, get the sack of chemicals, candles, and move on. And take a look at that sack of chemicals. Nothing in my inventory yet. My backpack, I got the chemicals. Let's take a look at that. Strange roots, powders, and bottles of liquids. You're unsure of their purpose. Okay. Okay, so it's a medical. Alright. Let's see what this guy says. The king's untimely end is a tragedy. The knights tried to persuade me to join them, but I told them to hang themselves, and I took a vicious beating for my loyalty. I am grateful for your loyalty, and I will not forget your bravery. I saw 2 thieves fleeing the castle with a chest that had the queen's insignia on the lid. Ah, there's the chest we need to find. I tried to stop them, but they pummeled me senseless. I am sorry that I couldn't stop them. One thief was a fat, bald, bearded man, and the other was a red-haired, thin man. I hope you can find them, and retrieve your mother's treasure chest. Good luck, Your Highness. Okay, so we are looking for a fat, bald, bearded man, and a red-haired, thin man. Alright. You'll automatically talk to that guy. Horville the servant. Your Majesty, is it true that a ghost appeared and struck down the king? It is true. One known as Grimnoth killed my father. Some of the knights claim that you killed your father, but I didn't believe them. They also spoke of a plague of darkness. Is it true? Is Alonia doomed? I'm going to investigate this threat. I need to speak to the banished witch Cagliostra. Do you have any idea where she may be hiding? None, your highness, but you may ask that fat old knight, Sir Oldcastle. He befriended the witches of Farinor and argued with the king when they were banished. If anyone knows where the witches are, it would have to be Oldcastle. I will remain here and guard the castle while you are gone. Good luck, your highness. Gotta be careful running into people again when you're in talk mode, because it'll talk to them again. Alright, let's go check up here. Ah, armory. Got battle axe, sword, bow, arrows, rapier, Gandine armor, and a staff. Let's go ahead and gear up. Can you use the defense? And what you best with? Sword and a hand weapon. So not good with a large blade, but good with a shield. Was there a shield? I don't think there was. Okay, so sword he's good with. How was he with missiles? Terrible. Okay. So he's going to be a sword fighter, if anything. Alright, let's escape out of that. Let's see what we got up here. Alright, we are done on this level. And I believe that is it for the Castle of Ballytogue. This is the throne room, correct? Yeah, okay. Yep, we're done with Ballytogue. Let's pick this up. Got some orchids, tulips. Now let's talk to him. The knights have fled, your majesty, but we servants have remained in your service. Oh, yay. You have a lot to say, huh? Okay, let's search around outside of the castle here. I think there's some spell components around here. Ah. Conch shell. What's that? Okay, it's just an inner keep. Fish fin. Shark tooth. Let's see. Turn some sound on. The music of this game is rather annoying, that's why I have it off. But you can hear it for a second here if you want to. That's it. The same song, over and over. Just terrible. Alright, and I don't think there's any, I can go any further here. Okay. It's all blocked off. Let's see. Alright. Let's go in the garden here and talk to the lady in red. Pena the villager. The cowardly knights showed the villagers no respect when they fled. They just took what they wanted and pushed us aside. What kind of kingdom do we live in when the protectors of the land flee with our gold at the first sign of crisis? I hope you make each and every one of them pay for their traitorous actions. Oh, I will. More tulips. What do you got for me? Pendoth Wolfstack. Well, well, the Royal Highness walking the streets of Ballytogue. I know something that you would be very interested to hear. Do you want to know a secret? Of course. I'll share my secret for 100 gold pieces. Somehow I have the feeling I'm about to get victimized. Oh well, I guess that's the best I can do. Trust me, pal, I'm a reputable crook. I've got my scruples, you know. I'll take the deal. There are 2 loudmouths in the tavern by the inn. They claim to have stolen the Queen's treasure chest. They are starting a long drinking session and a high-stakes card game. If you go there, you may be able to nab them before they leave. But watch out, they look tough. Alright, so the 2 dudes I need that got my chest are in the tavern. Tavern by the inn. Okay? Alright, let's make sure we go around town here before we go up against them. Just make sure we find enough for our first big battle. Let's see. What we got in here? I have heard that the knights stole the crown and fled to Venetia. Don't attempt to go there without a strong group to back you. Gorman is a snake who can't be trusted. He's going to be out to stop you by any and all means. I fear for the fate of the kingdom if Gorman becomes our ruler. I will support you as a ruler of Alonia. Gorman cannot steal the crown. It is yours, your highness. Nice support from my town here. Alright, going out this area right here leads out of Ballytogue. I'm not going to go there yet. Oh, your highness, it's a tragedy. My shop has been robbed and my family was tormented by the traitorous knights. You must help stop this chaos. The entire village has gone mad with the rumor of the king's death. I am planning to restore order as quickly as I can, but first I must avenge my father's death by stopping the demon who murdered him. You're worried about a ghost story while our village is collapsing around us? Maybe the knights were correct. Maybe you are a murderer. Maybe New Gorman is the only man who can restore order. How dare you accuse me of killing my father? Gorman is not the ruler of Alonia. I am. I will forgive your comments, but I warn you, don't slander me again. You have my support, for now. But if you neglect your duties, I will support Gorman, and I'll convince others to do the same. One of the good things about this game, if you do come across anybody you do not like, just don't like, you can actually just kill them. You can kill anybody you want. It doesn't matter. You just click this here, quick comment or descriptive, and then you click on the person you want to attack. But we're not going to do that because you do that a lot, it causes some bad karma in the game, and killing like everyone generally frowned upon, so you end up, it's like game over eventually if you kill too many people. Just like from being evil. But let's see what we got here in this tavern. This is not the one near the inn. Well, we'll talk to her first. Horain the villager. We've heard that a demon struck down King Clissador. It must be the witches of Farinor seeking revenge for their banishment. The sorcerers of Alonia have conspired to kill our king. Yeah, okay. Let's go in here. This should be the Boar's Head Tavern with Sir John Oldcastle. Ah, Oldcastle's a generous old slob. He bought me 12 glasses of whiskey today. I can drink more than any man in the kingdom. Oh, good for you. And that's when I conquered all 5 realms. What do you know about the 5 realms? Ah, an interested lad, eh? Well, let me tell you about the 5 realms, because I visited them all. Alonia, our own realm, is inhabited by scoundrels like your father, and Sir John Oldcastle over there. Then there's a realm of squirrels, a realm of giants, a realm of naughty prostitutes, and... You were drunk, sir. You were lying to me. Why, if you weren't 40 years younger than me, stronger than me, and certainly better with a weapon than me, I'd kick your royal arse from one end of Alonia to the other. You're talking to a man who has slain a dragon, rescued at least a dozen damsels, wrestled a demon into submission, made fortunes, and made love to more women than you'll ever see in your life. Show me respect, lad. Ask Sir John over there. He'll tell you all about me. In my day, I would have solved all of these problems in an afternoon and still had time to enjoy my drinks. Drunken slub. Tut the tavern master. What a life I have. I'm stuck here 12 hours a day with these disreputable crew. A drunk, a liar, a washed-up thief, and a lowlife who stutters. And Sir John Oldcastle, the ringleader of this circus. He encourages the rest of these fools to drink themselves into a motherless, half-blind state so he can rob them in ridiculous games of chance once they're inebriated. Sir John is bound to give you grief. Your father did banish him from the castle after Oldcastle passed out on top of your great-grandfather's tomb. But go ahead and speak to him. At least it will prevent him from making vulgar remarks to me. Is he as good with a sword as they say he is? Let me put it this way. Sir John is good at only 4 things: drinking mead, telling tall tales, eating food, and using a sword. He's clearly an expert with the sword. Okay. Let's wait for them all to move so I don't just trigger them again. There we go. Talk to this guy. But behold, the royal prince quite a soft boy you are. Silence, fool. I'm here to see Sir John Oldcastle. Well, excuse me for trying to pay a compliment. Whipped, short-robed man with disheveled or gray hair, a pock-marked face, a bulbous cherry-red nose, and teeth like pearls. Both of them. Huh. Wow. Let's wait for these people to move so I don't trigger him again. Okay, and you. I never drunk with no royalty before. It must be a holiday. Oh, I forgot. The king is dead. It is a holiday. Watch your tongue, you ugly rogue. So you're not the little pansy they say you are. I'm Whippet, and I was once the most skilled thief in Alonia. Today my hand is unsteady, thanks to the drinks that Sir John pours down my throat. I really missed the boat after word of the king's death hit the streets. I would have looted the entire village had I been conscious and sober. And now, Sir... No, not yet. I have to wait for this guy to get out of my way. Alright. Sir John Oldcastle. Well, looky, a pretty princess has come to pay a visit. Why haven't we seen you in the Boar's Head Tavern before, pretty Miss P? My father never permitted me to fraternize with the commoners. Me, a commoner? My dear boy, I was once one of the most admired knights in your father's court. Surely you don't consider me to be a mere commoner. After my father banished you, a commoner was what you became. I remember you, Sir John. You were a funny man. My father told me you lost your soul to alcohol and became an unreliable drunkard. What words you speak, Miss P. Have you ever seen the demon named Rumor? I'm sure you haven't. He looks a little like you, except he is fearsome, with sharp teeth and many tongues. He thrives on chaos. When communication between men ceases, Rumor rules the day. I believe that Rumor has whispered in your ear. True, though, I have been known to enjoy a fine tankard of mead. Heavy? Yes, but solid. Weak of muscle? Maybe, but strong of heart and courage. Pincher of maidens' bottoms? Of course, but that's not a crime. Take it from me, lad. Knighthood requires far too much seriousness. A hearty meal, a strong drink, a fine woman, and a good laugh have carried me far, my boy. Or should I say, boy king. So you've heard about my father. I've come to you for help, Sir John. I've heard you may know where Cagliostro is. I've also learned that you are an expert with a sword. I could use your help against the one who struck down my father. And who would this be? He calls himself Grimnoth. I don't know if he's a sorcerer, a demon, or an apparition. Whoever or whatever he is, he was strong enough to kill my father and demand my crown. He told me to bring the crown to Castle Theris on New Year's Day. That's only 100 days away. I must stop him before that day, or the plague of darkness will reach Theris and destroy the world. He says he'll reverse the plague if I surrender the crown to him, but I don't believe him. I must find his dwelling place and stop him. I need your help, Sir John. If you'll join me, I'll make you the first knight in my court. Oh, thank you. My dream has come true at last. I've been knighted by a boy king. I'm afraid I'm not that easy to convince, Miss P. Rumor is running about the town, whispering to everyone. I've heard that Duke Gorman is our new king. I've heard about that plague of darkness coming from the south. I've even heard that the banished sorcerers are staging an uprising. If I'm going to get involved in this royal mess, I must be well compensated, in advance. I know a thing or two about Cagliostra, and I can offer my services to you for something I've had my eye on for a long time. The widow Frazetti's jeweled brooch. That brooch could keep me on this bar stool for years to come, and this is where I'm most happy. Bring me the brooch, and I'll join you gladly. The old widow lives alone in a house in the north of this village. If I don't hear from you, I'll drink my days away and see darkness long before the plague reaches here. Okay, so he's willing to join me for robbing an old woman of her brooch. Alright, it's fairly nice, I guess. It's not too bad. But on that note, we're going to go ahead and end this Let's Play before it gets too long. Stay tuned for part 2 of Challenge of the Five Realms, where I will go accost an old woman for her jewelry.